my piece, but this has been on my heart. This has been weighing on my heart because I didn't know that this was a big deal.
Destiny Payton has been a controversial figure in the public eye for years. Known for her dramatic persona, she has constantly painted herself as the misunderstood victim, whether it was issues with friends, conflicts with the public, or personal struggles. Destiny's narrative has always been the same. She's the one being unfairly attacked while everyone else is out to get her. For a long time, this image of Destiny was what the world saw. She built her brand around it, using social media to garner sympathy and defend herself against anyone who dared to question her version of events. But behind the scenes, things were a lot different than what Destiny had led the world to believe. She wasn't the innocent bystander in all these situations. Instead, Destiny was orchestrating the very drama that she claimed was being forced upon her. Her victims weren't just people who were out to get her. They were people she was manipulating, turning against each other, and feeding lies to make sure she came out on top. Nell Fletcher had been watching for years, quietly observing as Destiny spun her web of stories. While Destiny continued to play the victim, Nell kept quiet. But that silence has now come to an end. Nell decided it was time to expose the truth. She had the evidence to do it. We're talking about cold, hard receipts, screenshots, voice messages, and first-hand accounts that completely flipped the narrative and shed light on just how far Destiny had gone to control the story. The internet was left shocked when Nell began revealing these bombshells. It wasn't just a vague accusation. This wasn't about hearsay or petty gossip. Nell wasn't just speaking out. She was showing undeniable proof that Destiny wasn't the person she had portrayed herself to be. Instead of being the victim, Destiny was revealed to be the mastermind behind the chaos. The once sympathetic figure was now exposed as someone who had been planting stories, creating drama, and manipulating those around her for her own gain. When Nell released the first batch of evidence, it became immediately clear that Destiny had been playing both sides for years. She had been in private conversations with people, making plans to stir up fake drama, and even encouraging her followers to attack people online who questioned her. The messages that Nell uncovered directly contradicted Destiny's public statements, showing that she had been the one causing the very issues she had claimed to be the victim of. She wasn't blindsided by betrayals. She was orchestrating them. She wasn't fighting for her image. She was building it, all while making sure she appeared innocent in the eyes of her fans. It wasn't just about Destiny making things up as she went. It was a calculated effort. Screenshots revealed her making deals to stay relevant, discussing how to manipulate certain situations and people to stay in the public's good graces. In one of the voice messages, Destiny could be heard, laughing about how easy it was to manipulate others into believing her sob stories. In another recording, she was caught discussing how to twist situations to make sure she was always seen as the victim, no matter what the truth was. But it wasn't just her public image that Destiny had been faking. Private messages revealed that she had been trashing people she once called friends, people who had defended her and stood by her through everything, only for Destiny to turn on them when it suited her. These messages showed how Destiny had badmouthed people behind closed doors, even plotting ways to take them down, while publicly pretending to be their biggest supporter. She had been manipulating everyone in her life to maintain her carefully crafted persona. When Nell began exposing all of this, the floodgates opened. More people started coming forward, revealing similar stories. Former friends, exes, supporters, and even people who had worked with Destiny in the past began to share their experiences. They all had the same story. Destiny had manipulated them, lied to them, and used them to further her own agenda. It was as if one person stepping forward led to a domino effect, and soon, Destiny's carefully constructed image began to unravel. At first, Destiny tried to ignore the accusations, but it quickly became impossible to deny the evidence. She couldn't just brush off the screenshots, the voice messages, and the first-hand accounts. Fans who had once supported her began questioning everything. People who had defended her without question were now seeing the truth for what it was. Destiny was no longer the misunderstood victim. She was the mastermind behind the drama, and everyone had been played. Whatever happens next, it's clear that Destiny's reputation is in free fall. She's lost the trust of many who once believed in her, and unless she pulls off a miracle, her career might never recover. This isn't just a scandal, it's an exposure of someone who manipulated everyone around her to stay relevant. And as the truth continues to come out, it seems that there's no coming back for Destiny Payton.